Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping into the incredible story of Tony Hsieh, the mind behind Zappos, through the lens of his book, Delivering Happiness. It's a story about business, sure, but it's really about something much, much bigger. So picture this. It's 2009 and Amazon buys Zappos. The price tag? Over $1.2 billion. I mean, by any standard, that's the end game, right? The ultimate success. But believe it or not, that huge number isn't even the most interesting part of the story, because this was the scene at the all-hands meeting announcing the sale. This wasn't the usual quiet resignation you see at a corporate buyout. This was a celebration. People were literally crying tears of joy. And understanding why that happened, well, that's the real heart of this whole story. So how did he pull that off? What made this billion-dollar moment so different from his first massive payday? To get it, you have to follow Tony's journey, which started with him just chasing money and ended with him chasing something else entirely. And yeah, it all kind of started on a worm farm. Okay, so part one of Tony's story is pretty straightforward. It was a quest for one thing and one thing only: profit. For the young Tony Hsieh, money was freedom. It was the only way he kept score. The guy was a born hustler. I mean, his first venture, a worm farm, was a total flop, but he bounced right back. In middle school, he was pulling in $200 a month with a mail-order button business. Then in college, he ran a pizza business out of his dorm. Each business got bigger and bigger, until finally, he co-founds this internet ad company, Link Exchange. And then, in 1998, it happens. Microsoft buys Link Exchange for a whopping $265 million. He'd done it. He won the game. But the victory felt empty. He was rich, yeah, but he was also completely unfulfilled. He realized that just chasing the money wasn't the answer, not even close. So what do you do when you get everything you thought you wanted and you're still not happy? Well, for Tony, this moment of disillusionment was a huge turning point. He knew he had to find a new game to play, one with a better prize at the end. And he found a huge piece of the puzzle in a really unlikely place: the poker table. He realized the most important skill in poker isn't just playing your cards right, it's choosing the right table to sit out in the first place. And that was a light bulb moment. He could stop playing other people's games and start creating his own. Around the same time, he got really into rave culture, and he was struck by its core idea, this thing called PLUR: peace, love, unity, and respect. It showed him this incredible power of just being connected to other people, of sharing an experience. It was a feeling that money could never, ever buy. And that idea would become a cornerstone for everything he did next. So now he's got this totally new perspective, and he's ready to find a new table to play at. And where does he land? On a little online shoe company that he himself had once called the poster child of bad internet ideas. He was about to go all in on Zappos. But here was the catch. The company was a disaster. It was on the verge of total collapse. Their whole model was based on not holding inventory, which meant they had zero control over the customer experience, and they were bleeding cash so fast, they were literally 5 days away from going out of business. So what did they do? They came up with this absolutely insane bet-the-company plan. To fix the customer experience, they had to own their own inventory. And just look at this list. This wasn't a small tweak. This was a complete top-to-bottom reinvention of the entire business. It was a massive, massive gamble. And to fund this bonkers plan, Tony Hsieh did something almost nobody would do. He sold pretty much everything he owned. His real estate, his cool loft apartment, all of it. A fire sale. He was betting the farm, pushing all his chips into Zappos. Okay, so they survived. They pulled off the impossible. And now, C could finally build the company he really wanted to build. He made a decision that would define everything. Zappos' #1 competitive advantage, the thing nobody could copy, was going to be its culture. So just how committed were they to making culture the top priority? Well, this number, right here, tells you everything you need to know. That $2,000, that's what Zappos offered new hires to quit. I'm serious. After they finish their training, Zappos literally offers them cash to walk away. They figured it was better to pay someone to leave than to have a person on the team who wasn't 100% bought in. It's a filter for passion. This whole philosophy got written down into these 10 core values. And this wasn't just some corporate plaque they hung on the wall. No way. This was the company's operating system. It dictated who they hired, who they fired, and how they made decisions every single day. And they really lived it. Take number 3, create fun and a little weirdness. This is from a now legendary customer service chat. A customer asked the rep to only speak in the third person, and the rep just went with it, completely. Then he upgraded the customer's account to VIP status, just for being fun. That's culture in action. So this incredibly powerful culture-first company is about to face its ultimate test. Amazon comes knocking. And this is where Tony Hsieh's whole journey comes full circle, and he reveals his final big idea, the happiness framework. When Amazon made their offer, the Zappos team didn't just look at the money. Instead, they asked themselves these 2 questions. And because the answer to both was a clear yes, they took the deal. It wasn't about being bought out. It was about finding a partner that would let them keep being Zappos, only bigger and better. It was the ultimate validation of their culture. And at the end of it all, Xi distilled everything he learned into this one elegant framework. He saw that a truly great, long-lasting business is built just like a happy life. You can start by chasing profits, which is like chasing fleeting pleasure. But to make it sustainable, you need to layer on passion. And for it to be truly meaningful, you need a higher purpose. The 2 paths are exactly the same. So you see, in the end, this story isn't really about selling shoes online. It's a challenge. It's a call to stop playing games you don't believe in and to start building your own. It leaves us all with one final, really powerful question to think about. What is the universe you want to create?